last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. Yo, that shot me. That shot me. La 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 is a rat. I don't do no damn.
And you just want to tell us what happened?
Did I shoot? Crazy.
They're saying you were disorderly.
Did
Outside
he
the
put
casino,
his
there was
hands
a
on
fight
you
near the
first?
valet.
Smacked it. Offset. He would never play with me like that in his life.
Does somebody owe you money?
Ask Offset.
He owe you money?
Jail after being arrested at the Hard Rock Casino last.
Offset was shot after some sort of a fight broke out. Local 10's crime specialist Bridget Matter is joining us live.
Now, to be clear, Lil Tjay has not been charged with any type of shooting charge. Casino Monday night. We're live in Hollywood. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
Wow, that was something. So, Bridget, I mean, you do a lot of these walks as these subjects come out of jail. This has to have taken the cake, though. This was very different. His demeanor was much different than the usual.
Yeah, Christy, we wait for defendants all the time, and they are not usually talkative. He had a lot to say, and what was interesting was he and the people that picked him up, they actually stayed in their Escalade, in that car in the parking lot for a while. It seemed like there was some commotion inside of that vehicle. We thought maybe he would get back out and talk to us again, but they eventually drove off.
Just learned the FBI is now investigating the shooting of rapper Offset. The FBI just released these photos of the vehicles and the alleged people involved. They say two cars are a Chevy SUV. One is matte gray, the other is a Tahoe, the other is a black Suburban. Those are the two cars officials say are allegedly involved. This all happened outside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood last week. Offset was taken to the hospital. He was treated and released. Our Chelsea Jones is working this story. Watch for her live reports tonight at 5.
Breaking news after rapper Offset was shot at the Hard Rock Casino last week.
The FBI has just released some critical clues moments ago in this case. Local 10's Caroline Coles is in the newsroom with some new photos.
Yeah, we're learning some new information. The FBI Miami team have just released new details and photos on the suspects and the shooting of the Migos rapper. Let's take a look at the pictures we're getting. Agents say a big group of people assaulted Offset when one of the suspects pulled out a gun and shot him. You can actually see two of the suspects in the photos right here on your screen. In this particular photo, you can see the confrontation agents say led up to the shooting. And here's a closer look at the moments leading up. Agents say after one of the suspects opened fire, they tried to remove his watch, but did not end up taking it. Officials say the suspects took off in two Chevrolet SUVs. One of them is a gray Chevy Tahoe. And here's a look at both SUVs. The other is a black Suburban. Agents say the driver in the Suburban headed toward Hollywood while the Tahoe went to Miami. Now, the shooting happened in the valet area of the Hard Rock Casino. This was on April 6th. Offset recently speaking out about getting shot, posting on Instagram and thanking his supporters. The FBI is now asking people to come forward.
The shooting that left rapper Offset hospitalized. Investigators say a large group of people assaulted Offset and one of them fired a gun and hit him. Anyone with information.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I would be lying if I told y'all I could see where this situation here was headed after Lil Tjay came out of the jail, talking reckless, acting up, cutting up, just taking it up to another level, over volunteering information. And what I felt doing the most with everything that happened, considering a lot of the stuff was on camera, he got arrested. It was announced that they was looking for some other guys. Offset was shot. Now, he wasn't charged with it, but you was on the scene, and they were saying it was part of your entourage. And I said that type of energy, it's only one thing that can happen. It could get worse maybe or something like that. I couldn't tell you where it was going to go, but it went to the point where now FBI done got in the mix. And I had a links in the description where you can watch the clips at the beginning in full from Channel 10 local news, ABC, NBC, CBS, as well as it's all over every news site across the country now, all over every blog site. The FBI is now involved investigating with this and looking for the suspects that were there with Lil Tjay. And I'm going to get into a write-up in just a second to go a little bit over the main key factor here. Well, this is being taken from just a squabble to a possible aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for somebody. Everybody that touched them can possibly be charged now with a robbery attempt for the guy that reached for the watch as well. And they're going to look for the intent in this situation now. It happened on camera in real time, and Lil Tjay is obviously not giving them any information at all. He's not giving the guys up. That's not what's happening here. That's why they having to get on the hunt and look for him themselves. They pretty much know that he was there with them. Come on, they know they got the cameras. It's all part of the same situation. They know the storylines. They got intelligence, but he's not telling them anything. He might don't know nothing. Let's keep it 100. They know he was there with them, but that don't mean he know who those guys was exactly. So let's make that clear. I'm not saying Lil Tjay know nothing, but he's connected to the storyline right here. And I think it has to be understood, bro. Anytime some shots ring out, that could be somebody's life. And when you go to get your gun, you got to know, is that what you really want to do? Because what you think is just, hey, bro, I'm simply protecting myself now because it got to the point where we squabbling. But if you went up there and you started the fight, you and your guys hop out the car, is what they say they allegedly did. Lil Tjay pointed at them as they allegedly did. This is not going to be self-defense. This is not going to be stand your ground. Even if you start losing or the guys start getting the best of you in that point in time, this turns into a planned attack and a robbery. Just keeping it 100. Your intent is not to protect. Your intent is to cause harm and damage now. That's just how this goes, bro. Yes, Florida's a stand your ground state. Self-defense, all that. Same thing as Texas. You can have guns. You can do this. You can do all that. But when it's on camera in real time, you got to know this can't be seen as nothing else by them. I don't make the rules. They gonna say, hey, you went up there to do this. We got it on camera. Y'all outnumbered the man. Y'all did this in broad daylight. Y'all moving reckless, and now we gonna look for y'all, and they gonna try to put you and hang you by your necklace. Just keeping it all the way 1,000. And the write-up says this: Offset shooting is no longer a local case in Florida. The case has gone federal with the FBI now investigating and releasing a bunch of photos of suspects in getaway vehicles. According to the FBI and the Seminole Police Department, Offset got into a brawl with a large group, including rapper Lil Tjay, who was later arrested in relation to the fight outside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida on the night of April 6th. Cops said the fight escalated when one of the assailants pulled a gun and shot Offset before the subjects tried but failed to steal Offset's watch. The FBI says the suspects did jump inside the SUVs and took off. Now, I want to make this clear right here, bro. This turns into a whole nother level. What you think is a simple fight, something like probably didn't last but a minute, gonna have you in a situation where you're gonna have new living conditions. Just keeping it 100. Somebody is probably gonna be doing some time for this, and I can guarantee you it's not worth it for your family, your loved ones. I don't know if somebody got kids. I don't even know who exactly who they looking for. But you're going to look back at this and say, whatever they was beefing over, it wasn't that serious. Just keeping it all, it can't be that serious because, yeah, capital C's, controversy, chaos, confusion, conflict, and confrontation. And we added crashing out to that situation. Because this right here only going to lead you in one destination. Luckily for Offset, he's still here, blessed by, I ain't going to call it luck, I'm going to call it God, that he's still here for his family, his kids, and his loved ones. And they got to be thanking God that he didn't die, because they would be locked up for murder right now and accomplice the murders. Tell me what y'all think. We got some more stuff on that Patreon as well. More streams just dropped on there, other videos, $5 a month. By choice, not by force. Get up over there and download the app, Patreon, or the website, Urban Politician TV. Make sure you stay on your pivot. Tell me what y'all think. It's clear cut. It ain't no rumors. It ain't no what people are saying. It ain't something that's posted on Twitter and storylines and narratives. This is coming directly from the FBI. Stay on your pivot. 1,000.